Guys, what is Bank of Canada doing? Increasing the interest rates 5%, and banks just had to jump on the bandwagon and increase the posted rate to 7.20%? What are we actually supposed to do? This is absolutely absurd. I mean, people are, as it is, having such a hard time paying off their mortgages, and now with these increased interest rates, how are they ever supposed to be able to make their payments, right? Ever since April of 2001, we haven't seen rates this high. And at that time, housing was a lot cheaper. Housing nowadays is so expensive all over Canada, but specifically in the GTA area. And with these increased interest rates, it just makes it so much tougher for everybody to not only qualify, but even maintain their mortgages. So Bank of Canada's justification for increasing the interest rates over and over again is to bring down inflation. What we have seen over the past month is that inflation actually came down quite a significant amount from 4.4 to 3.4. Yet and still, because the jobs data that came out was so positive, Bank of Canada still decided to go ahead and increase the interest rates by another 0.25%. So now that we have all that out of the way, let's figure out how exactly this impacts you as a consumer who is out there trying to purchase property in this environment. Okay, so first and foremost, I mean, we realize that with the interest rates going up, it has impacted housing. It has impacted, the prices of homes, and they have gone down a little bit. But also, it has actually impacted the activity. And this is more important because where we were seeing 10, 15, 20 offers coming in on a property, now we are basically seeing properties, stay in the market for 10 days, 12 days, 14 days, even longer than that, and maybe one or two offers coming in on a property, right? So you don't have as much competition. What this allows me to do as a realtor is protect my buyers further by putting in conditions that further, basically help them out, right? So one of them being home inspection and the other one being financing. These are conditions that we generally put on, any offers anyway, but in an environment where there's like 10, 15, 20 offers coming in, any conditional offer doesn't really stand a chance. So now that we are out of that environment, it allows me to protect my buyers a little bit further. Housing prices have definitely gone down a little bit, right? Interest rates have gone up, meaning your monthly cost has actually gone up quite a bit. Now, you realize that in the next couple of years, we do anticipate that Bank of Canada is going to retrace and bring down the interest rates to make it more affordable again as soon as inflation is under control. Once that happens, there is so much demand out there for housing, especially in the GTA area with the population increase that we have, with the immigration that's coming in, right? There is just simply so much demand that we know housing is going to continue to rise. So even if it means that you have to pay a little bit extra on interest for the time being, you're still getting a good deal on the value of the home. And that's where you're going to really make your money, because when the interest rates come down, and, again, we go back to the same environment of, 10 offers, 20 offers, whatever the case may be, housing prices are going to skyrocket as well, right? Or at least they're going to increase at a pretty decent amount. And once that happens, you're going to be building equity in your property. It's likely that Bank of Canada is probably going to hold the interest rates at this point. I don't think that they're going to be increasing it any further. However, there is a possibility still that they may try to increase it by justifying it, saying that inflation still hasn't gone down to 2% that they are targeting, right? So for the time being, at the very least, until mid next year, I don't anticipate interest rates really coming down. What I would suggest is, if you are stuck in a variable rate mortgage, this may be a time to reach out to your banks, your lenders, your institutions, and figure out what is the best option for you, right? How much you need to increase your payments by in order to cover the full interest amount, so that you're not going in interest deficit, or if you're able to fix the remainder of your term, or whatever the case may be, right? Reach out to them for sure, so that they can guide you a little bit better. Look at all your different options and try to mitigate as much risk as possible. If you're looking to get into a home, this is not a terrible time to get in, because again, you're getting good value, although you're paying higher on the monthly, right? So it's a win-loss sort of situation. But in the long run, housing is expected to increase, so you will make a decent amount of income or equity profit from any property that you get into right now. There is simply so much pent-up demand, and there is a lack of supply, and that's not going to change overnight.